Whether you are an avid console gamer or prefer PC games, you have to admit that having the best gaming controller has changed the way we experience games. And the change has been in the right direction. For instance, being able to play your favorite game without being restricted to your gaming station is pure bliss. What's up guys, today you'll take a look at the best gaming controller for PC you can buy right now. We'll try to help you find the right one for your needs. To see the most up-to-date prices, you can check out the links in the description below. If you are new here, do subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest video. Without wasting any time, let's jump into the video. Number 5. Power a Spectra controller. A good controller does not always have to cost an arm and a leg. Whether you broke your favorite controller due to anger when Ishin brought a gun to a sword fight in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, or you are on a budget and just need a controller that gets the job done, Power a Spectra might be a good option for you. Fancy extra features come at a premium in budget controllers, but Power a Spectra does the basics really well so that it will give you a great gaming experience. Upon unboxing, you will be greeted with a sleek-looking controller along with a 3-meter USB cable. The cable has an inline plug close to the USB end to protect your console in case you trip on it. It has a matte-looking finish at the top which makes it look sharp. Its layout looks identical to the Xbox One's controller. This budget controller comes with a 3-setting hair trigger stop feature and 2 paddles that can be remapped to any button. Honestly, we were surprised to see these features present considering the controller's price tag. Number 4. Razer Wolverine V2 Chroma Wired Gaming Pro Controller. Let us be honest, most controllers are not suited for competitive gaming, but that does not mean there are no exceptions. The Razer Wolverine V2 Chrome comes with a bunch of improvements over standard controllers that will always give you the edge in gaming. It has 6 extra remappable buttons, 4 extra triggers and 2 bumpers which you can customize using the Xbox app. This will allow you easier access to a lot of functionality that otherwise you would be lacking. For an even greater competitive edge, you can activate hair trigger mode that reduces travel distance to the main triggers, allowing you to spam buttons easier for faster inputs. The D-pad is also improved with better tactility, and the overall shape of the otherwise impressive Xbox controller has been improved for better ergonomics. Number 3. DualSense Wireless Controller. While the new Xbox Core controller is a slight step forward compared to the Xbox One controller, the DualSense made for the PS5 is a whole new dimension compared to the DualShock 4. The new design makes DualSense very comfortable for users with larger hands, with all users gaining from an increased grip thanks to the phenomenal PS-styled texture covering the whole controller. You also get adaptive triggers that demand various levels of force to be pressed depending on the situation, and they work great. DualSense also features incredibly detailed haptic feedback that, in selected games, perfectly translates movements and action to the user. Next, while the battery found inside the DualSense is 50% larger than on the DS4, and while the average battery life is about 13 hours, playing games that fully utilize new features cuts it down to about 6 hours. That's pretty disappointing, especially since we expect more and more games to utilize both adaptive triggers and haptic feedback in the future. But if you have a PS5, the DualSense is probably the best controller in the world right now. Number 2. Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. Microsoft made the best gamepad ever with the first generation of the Xbox One Elite controller, and now they improved the formula with the Series 2. It comes with a slew of improvements while keeping the basics right, making it the best PC controller you can get right now. It received Bluetooth connectivity, making it easier to connect to the PC. It also has excellent build quality and a ton of customization options. You can swap analog sticks and the D-pad, change thumbstick tension and trigger the actuation point, add optional paddles to the bottom of the gamepad, or play without them. You can also change the function of every single button and keep multiple profiles for different games. In other words, this is the dream controller for gamers who want to customize every aspect of their gamepad. Well, except for the placement of the left stick and D-pad, which cannot swap places. Thanks to the wide range of customization options, the Xbox Elite Series 2 gamepad works perfectly in every game. After you find your ultimate combination of settings, thumbsticks, and the D-pad, you will finally have your perfect gamepad. On top of all that, the built-in battery lasts for up to 40 hours, which is one of the best results on the market. And let's not forget excellent analog triggers that feature rumble feedback. Number 1. Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. The Switch Pro Controller is a solid piece of engineering. It feels great when in your hands, its build quality is excellent, and it can fit comfortably into most hands. Materials used feel sturdy and long-lasting, and the controller is pretty heavy and feels like it can last for years. The button layout can be confusing since the Switch Pro controller uses different buttons for forward and back, but Switch owners are probably used to that. And you can also replace it with an Xbox One button layout in Steam. While the Switch Pro controller lacks analog triggers found on the back, it does offer some advantages over other controllers. Firstly, it has an excellent vibration engine that feels amazing, noticeably better than on other controllers. Further, the Switch Pro also has motion sensors, so you can use motion controls in games that support it. Next, the D-pad on the Switch Pro is better than on most other controllers. And finally, hooking it up to a PC is very straightforward. Just connect it via cable or sync it via Bluetooth in just a few seconds. The Steam setup is fairly simple, but the Switch Pro can be connected to your PC in other ways. If you plan on using the controller wirelessly, the built-in battery should last for about 40 hours or longer, which is one of the best results on the market for a controller with a built-in battery. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on this video. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and enable your notification bell icon to get the latest videos of our channel.